What's going on, y'all? What's the word, everybody? Good afternoon. Machiavelli Mills TV here. Y'all hit that like button as soon as y'all come on in here. Hit that like button as soon as y'all come on in. It will be greatly appreciated. Hope everybody is doing pretty well today on this Wednesday, this hump day. Wanted to get on here real quick and talk about Mr. Shedeur Sanders and the black quarterback stigma, right? What is expected of the black quarterback? What is frowned upon coming from the black quarterback? How a black quarterback is expected to present himself compared to white quarterbacks. We're gonna talk about all of that, man. Because Shedeur getting a lot of flack for being too brash, too arrogant in team interviews. And I really want to discuss where all of this is coming from for real. But y'all, I appreciate y'all that come on in here. Hit the like button as y'all come in. Y'all can talk to me in the chat until, y'all can talk to me in the chat the whole time. Say something to me in the chat if you just now coming in. If you're new to the channel, let me know. I got content for everybody, like I always say. I'm going to let the audience build up a little bit before I go on my little soliloquy. Dwayne Johnson, what's the word, man? Jabari, what's going on, man? How you feeling? Hope y'all doing well, brothers. Hope everybody y'all good, man. Hope everybody feeling good, feeling refreshed. Good content. Keep it up, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna keep churning the content out, churning the videos out daily. Keep talking about different things, man. We're gonna keep it live, man. We're gonna keep it live. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I'm just trying to keep warm from this windy weather today. Yeah, I get you. I get you, man. I understand how that go, boss. I understand how it goes, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get on in here. We're gonna talk about Shedeur and the talks about that's surrounding him during the NFL draft, the interviews, the combine, the assessment, so on and so forth. He getting a lot of, oh, he too arrogant, he too cocky comments. And I got pushed back against that. Okay, I got pushed back against that. Okay, we got 14 people, man. Y'all hit the like button for me as y'all come in. I appreciate it if y'all do that because it helped me out in the YouTube algorithm. So let's start, man. Mr. Shedeur Sanders, quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes. One of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. Right now, he's getting assessed. He's going through team interviews. There are rumors that, Shedeur is coming across too brash, too arrogant in his team interviews. And Josina Anderson, reporter for ESPN, she gets on Twitter or X, whatever y'all call it, to discuss like how unfairly maligned Shedeur Sanders is being. He's being maligned. He's being ridiculed unfairly. And she ties it all back to the quarterback, the black quarterback stereotype, the stigma against black quarterbacks, right? So look, Shedeur is a confident guy, confident in his abilities. He knows he's good at what he does. And he's not ashamed to say that. But I'm saying, oh, he too arrogant, yada, yada, yada. I remember a few names in particular coming out of the NFL draft in previous years. Baker Mayfield was arrogant as fuck. Arrogant as hell. All right. That didn't stop him from going number one overall. That didn't stop him from going number one overall. He was arrogant. He was matter of fact. He was in your face. He was brash. He had a lot of brash moments during his college years. A lot during his college years. Oh, Dwayne, I'm getting to that. Because the next name, Johnny Manziel, was a wild boy. I'm talking about everybody knew he was lit all the time. I mean, he was matter of fact in your face, doing this on the field, all of that, right? While everybody know Johnny Manziel, you can catch him at a keg near you, right? And it was cool. And Johnny was white. He was white frat boy culture personified. And it was fine. It was cool. He went number 22 overall. Now he didn't go 1 or 2, but it was a lot of people that still felt like he was a can't miss prospect. And you shouldn't even pass up on him. You shouldn't pass up on him. He's a can't miss prospect. Only I remember only a few people saying that Johnny Manziel wouldn't pan out. One was Merrill Hodge. Most people was like, get Johnny football, right? Then I'm younger. I'm a little younger than some other people. You know, I remember Ryan Leaf, people talking about Ryan Leaf being too brash, being too hot-headed. He had a bad attitude. Ryan Leaf went number 2 overall. It didn't stop him from being drafted number 2 overall. Even with all of that hot-headedness, bad attitude, he still went 2nd overall. So here lies the problem. Shedeur Sanders does not exemplify white frat boy culture. If he was out here talking, I'm a badass. Yeah, I'm a badass. And wearing hoodies with no jewelry, it would be perfectly fine. His hat was straightforward, and if he was at a keg near you, if he was at a keg and he was guzzling beer everywhere, it would be cool. Because white frat boy culture is acceptable at the quarterback position, right? Look at what Ben Roethlisberger used to be all into, right? It's acceptable at the quarterback position, the white frat boy culture. But what's not acceptable is Black American culture, especially when they think it's tied to hip hop. So let's just say this, man. And people might say I'm stereotyping my people, but y'all know Black folks love jewelry. That's just in our DNA. That's in our makeup. A lot of us like jewelry. We like jewelry that flash, that bling. Look, my mama liked jewelry like that. My grandmama, my grandfather, right? My little cousins like it. This is how we like jewelry. A lot white frat boy culture does not show a loving for jewelry. So when they see chains and stuff, oh, they get scared. Oh my God, he got chains on his neck. I watched Jason McIntyre sit on Colin Cowherd's show because he tried to get Colin Cowherd. He said, Colin, you used to have a thing about people wearing their hat backwards because Shedeur's wearing his hat backwards and stuff, right? And he was like, I couldn't cut. Jason McIntyre says, Colin, you wouldn't have hired me if I had my hat backwards. You wouldn't have hired me. And I'm like, well, that's a false equivalency because, there's no comparison. Interviewing for a corporate America job, and interviewing for the NFL is 2 different things, right? Like the standard of dress code is not the same. But what it is that they like the police. When you're a Black quarterback, they only like you if you're presented as Carlton Banks. There's nothing wrong with being Carlton Banks. Let me make that very clear. There is nothing wrong with being Carlton Banks because Black people are not monolithic. But they only want a monolithic image of the Black quarterback. You got to be Carlton Banks. If you deviate off of that, we got a problem. You ain't got to be ignorant. You ain't got to be degeneracy. But to them, with the chains on, that's degeneracy to them. What is going on? All these goddamn chains on? Oh my God. What is happening here? Right? Like, I remember when because first of all, the chains and stuff like Jason McIntyre, I gotta keep bringing his name up. He was talking to Colin Cowherd about Shedeur's hat being backwards, and he says, and I quote, "I could barely see the hat because the necklace is glistening. The necklace is just glistening." Right? When he said that, I said, "Oh, there it goes. That's that BS. That's that BS." He said, "I could barely see Shedeur's hat that was backwards because the necklace was glistening." They don't like that. That's not their culture to wear chains and jewelry. So to them, that is some that the general managers in the NFL, the owners, they relate to white frat boy culture. That's how they were in college. When they see chains and backwards hats, now to them, oh, it's too inwardish. It's looking like rappers now. Oh my God, it's just too. That's not how I was in college. Just not was that was not me. Okay, you guys. I was not one of those type of guys. I don't know what this is. So then they have a problem with it. They have a problem with it because to them it's off-putting because they can't relate to it. But it ain't off-putting to be at the damn keg, chigging beers all day long. It ain't off-putting. Uh, it ain't off-putting to be, drunk at parties, passed out, making out with every girl in the party. God dang it, it's sniffing a line or two. It ain't too off-putting for that. But the chains is where people draw the line. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My bad, yeah. But the chains are where people draw the line at. Oh my God, these chains, man. These chains. So they don't like chains on it. They want black quarterbacks to be very clean cut and very pristine. Very pristine. They don't like a lot of tattoos on the black quarterback. They really don't like locks in their hair like that for real. They didn't like that at all for real. They still don't really like that. Chains and jewelry, they do not like. Backwards hats, they do not like. Because it does not exemplify the culture that they grew up in. You remember, even in baseball, King Griffey Jr. wearing his hat backwards. There were people who didn't like that, who thought that was an issue, that was a problem that King Griffey Jr. was doing that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a thing for them. And so when black culture is really demonized at the quarterback position, wearing locks, hat backwards, jewelry, that is demonized. Now, they don't want that. They want you to be as model citizen as possible because they feel like, hey, we can relate to the white frat boy culture, but that other shit, no, keep that over there. Keep that over there. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is humble for sure. He's humble, all of that. You know what I mean? And he's a humble guy for sure, for sure. But I'm sure they're like what I'm saying is that they accept brashness from white quarterbacks as long as it's presented in the frat boy image, white frat boy image. They accept brashness from those individuals. Johnny Manziel could be whoever he could be wild and crazy. Baker Mayfield could be wild and crazy. They drafted them top picks. Baker Mayfield went #1 overall. He was arrogant as hell. And it was cool. They looked at it as competitiveness. With Shedeur, is like, oh, what is going on here? What's going on here? The problem really is this, man. Shedeur is a multi-millionaire. So they also don't feel like they have they also don't feel like they can really keep him in line with certain things because he's already a multi-millionaire. They don't know how to handle that. You see, other black quarterbacks, a lot of them probably come from a lot of them come from poverty, or they come from financial situations that weren't well to do. So they feel like, yo, they will acquiesce to certain things we want them to look like and represent, or they will be a certain way, you know what I mean? Because, hey, if you want to get this money, you want to get drafted high now. Hey, straighten that head up. Straighten that head up. Take them chains off now. You want to get drafted high? You want to get that money, right? Want to get that money? Shape up and fly right. Hey, no Brett, tone that brashness down. You want to get drafted right? High, right? You want that money, right? You want to get that top NFL pick money, right? Shape up and fall in line. You cannot do that to Shedeur. He's already wealthy. He's already rich. So he doesn't feel pressure to acquiesce to, hey, turn the head around. Hey, take them chains off your neck. Hey, now, don't be so brash out here. He doesn't feel the need to do that, to acquiesce to that, because he already rich already. You know what I mean? So to them, they like, yo, we can't handle that. No, we can't keep him in a box. We can't keep him in a box. We can't, because he don't have to walk that line. because he already rich. So now that becomes a problem for them. You see what I'm saying? Because he has a bravado that they feel like they can't dangle money in front of him and make him walk in a certain type of ilk because he already got money. So now that's an issue. You know what I mean? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. But you know, they like, oh, he come across arrogant and brash. Yo, I remember, and Trevor Lawrence is not arrogant and brash, but like a lot of white quarterbacks are allowed to say and conduct themselves in certain ways that other quarterbacks are not. Like white quarterbacks, like black quarterbacks are not. Like Trevor Lawrence saying football is not really like, what do you say? It don't mean everything to him like that. Man, if Shedeur say that, it is a problem. If Shedeur say football not everything to him, he gonna get raked through the coals. Trevor Lawrence is allowed to say it don't mean everything to him, and it's all right because it's just a game. If Shedeur say that, oh, look at him. Look at him. He think he above football. He think he's above the game. He think he better than this game. Look at him. What is going on here, right? Now, the great Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning is an all-time great, right? Archie Manning's son is the man. When Peyton Manning came out of college, Peyton was interviewing the teams and not vice versa, not the other way around. He was interviewing the teams, right? Well, let Shedeur be out there interviewing some teams. What? They gonna say, oh, hell no. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to be doing something like this? How dare you? The same way Archie Manning was able to tell, listen, apples and like yes, Jalen Hurts is black. So is Robert Griffin III. He nothing like Shedeur either. What the comparison I'm making is that Shedeur is brash. Jalen Hurts is not. White quarterbacks are allowed to be brash and that's looked at as confidence. I'm not saying that all black quarterbacks act like Shedeur. That's not my argument. Jalen Hurts is not brash. The brashness is accepted when it's coming from a Baker Mayfield. It's fine coming from him, right? It's fine. But if it's coming from Shedeur, it's an issue. That's the thing I'm making. Jalen Hurts, he don't act like Shedeur. He wear jewelry, but he not brash like that, right? He's not. But there have been brash quarterbacks in past years. Mike wasn't per se arrogant. Mike just was a little. Mike didn't have times he flipped off the fans, put up the middle finger to the fans and stuff like that. Mike wasn't arrogant, but he exemplified a culture. Like he exemplified a culture that they weren't comfortable with per se. You know what I mean? So y'all remember when Mike Vick threw the middle finger up to the fans as he was leaving? You know what I mean? Like y'all remember that? Like, so, but Mike wasn't Shedeur like in like his talking, the way he talked. But Mike had moments. Mike had his moments now. Mike had his moments where he did some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Vic was way better than Shedeur. Now, okay. That shall be seen in the NFL level, right? That shall be seen at the NFL level. That shall be seen at the NFL level, right? But at the same time, Mike was not, he wasn't throwing the football the way a lot of these general managers and these owners want the football to be thrown. Let's be for real. Like, he was not throwing the football the way that Cam Newton got more passing yards than Mike Vick. He wasn't throwing the football the way the general manager and them wanted it to be thrown. So yeah. My man Black Book Basics. No, when you said Prince Fielder, that's a great point. Prince Fielder said baseball wasn't everything to him. The Detroit media tore him apart. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm telling you, in these white country club environments, baseball is a white country club. You are not allowed to act like you gotta make it seem like that sport is everything to you. It's everything to you. You know what I mean? You gotta act like that. Yeah, Vic was scrambling. Not better than any of the black quarterbacks you name. Who I named? I said Cam, right? Cam was hiding the trophy winner. No, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm talking about the white counterparts. I'm not talking about the black dudes. Vic blessed to not have no major injury. Somebody, yeah, he scrambled a lot. Vic scrambled a lot, a ton. Cam Newton was brash. Yeah, he was brash. You know what I mean? And he got more brash as it went on. Now, matter of fact, speaking of that, I just made a video. When Cam got drafted, do y'all know the general manager and the owner and them told him, hey, keep your image like it is. Keep your hair cut, no tattoos, keep presenting yourself like you are. We're in the Bible Belt of America. Basically, the fan base in Carolina, they want to see you presented in this image. And he told him. Now, some people say he just looking out because, the fan base might start looking at Cam a little different way. They might be off. It might be off-putting to them if Cam came out, with a whole bunch of tattoos and dreads. They might get weary of that look. They might be weary of him looking like that. Really, man, they not comfortable with dudes like that. When Cam start wearing them locks and stuff like that. There's some people that look like, what do you got going on, man? What's going on? Warren Moon was a Carlton Banks as you can get, but a great quarterback, the only black QB in the Hall of Fame, which is sad. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with being Carlton Banks. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like if you're a black quarterback, they want you to be Huxtable-like. They want you to be like, they don't want you to be anything deviating from that. Jalen Hurts is fine. He wears jewelry, but he's not brash. It's cool. It's cool because he ain't brash. But if you got a little brashness to you, oh, hell no. If he had brashness to him, it would be a problem. And they would start talking about his jewelry too. Hey, all these chains he got on, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Shedeur act like he's prime and he's not on the left. Shedeur one of the best quarterbacks in college football, bro. He one of the best QBs in college football. Shedeur ain't Marcus Vick. He ain't Marcus Vick going in the 5th, 6th round. He ain't Marcus Vick. He one of the top quarterbacks in all of college football. Yeah, man. And you said they want Theo Huxtable, not Eddie Winslow. You feel like Eddie was a little too off kilter? Yeah, if you act too inwardish, they're gonna have a problem. Yeah, if you come out there, I'm telling you, it was people that Mike Vick had them cornrows in his head. Hold on, Mike. Cut out. That's not a good QB class. Man, the boy can play some football, man. You know what I mean? The boy can play some football. Chris Naraki wrote a hatchet piece on Cam in 2011 calling him pretty much a scrub and shouldn't be drafted. I never even knew that. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, Gil? Khalil Dawson, what's the word, man? Hold on. I thought my video uploaded, and I'm trying to make sure I monetize it when it upload. I made a video. So I hope my boys get genty. Know who your team? Oh, you say your boys, Cowboys, of course. Your boys. Your boys. But yeah, it's like if you're a black quarterback, you better be RG3. You better be Robert Griffin III. If you ain't RG3, if you ain't super buttoned up, oh man. Hey now. Hey now. You better watch it. Like Anthony. What's going on, Khalil? Hey, can you imagine, boy? Can you imagine I'm trying to think. Well, Allen Iverson could, but they would never have him as no quarterback on no team. It don't matter how good he is, it will be a problem. Too many chains, too many white t-shirts. He could come to practice on time every day. And AI was a pretty chill guy. He wasn't AI wasn't cussing folks out, cussing all in the interviews, post game interviews. He was real like Allen Iverson was well spoken, right? Allen Iverson was a well spoken guy, believe it or not. He wasn't like super arrogant and super over the top with bravado. On the court, he showed and he had the style. But boy, Allen Iverson, if he would have, yeah, he was a really good quarterback in high school. Boy, Allen Iverson come up in there. Allen Iverson come up in there, start a quarterback for a franchise. They gonna be like, hold on now. Hey, too many chains, too many white t-shirts, too many Timberland boots, too many do-rags. Hey, they cut that hair off, Allen. You remember how you were? You remember your hair at Georgetown. You remember how your hair was at Georgetown. Keep it cut, Allen. Tone it down on the tattoos. Leave that alone. Hey, where's your polo fleece, brother? Where is your polo fleece? What is this? FUBU? What the hell? FUBU jackets. Shedeur never won a bowl game, no college football game. I mean, that's cool. That's fine, right? That's fine. But what do they got to do with his bravado though? Like, why is brashness accepted from other guys? Because they won a bowl game? They brashness is acceptable? Because they won a bowl game? Is their brand like it's cool for Baker Mayfield to be an a-hole? What? Because he won a Heisman? It's cool for Johnny Manziel because he won a Heisman? And Johnny Manziel was at the keg all the time, getting drunker than a skunk. Drunker than a skunk, boy. Like what? Ryan Leaf, bad attitude like a mug, got a bad temper, still went number 2 overall. You know? Johnny Manziel, like, yeah, nobody looked at Johnny as, like, no, some people did. Merrill Hodge one of the only people that was like, hey, yo, I'm not drafting Johnny Manziel at all. It's not happening. Everybody like, yo, Johnny Manziel's a can't miss prospect. And Johnny is drunk all the damn time. You feel me? Yeah, he beat Alabama. That's cool. So you saying brashness is cool. Frat boy culture is cool if you win a college football game. You win college football game. It's cool. My problem is they don't bring up the brashness when it comes to Baker Mayfield now. Yeah, Doug. Yeah, I know Doug Williams, of course. Of course. He went to Grambling State. I went to a SWAC school. So I went to Mississippi Valley. So yeah. So I know Doug Williams. Yeah. Now, yeah, Doug Williams, he met all the standards. That's cool. What I'm saying is, I'm not arguing about, this is my argument. I'm not saying all black quarterbacks get maligned. If you're brash and you're black, it's an issue. If you are brash, if you're brash and you're a black quarterback, it's a problem. If you're a white dude and you're a brash quarterback, it's cool. Especially if you play well. Shedeur plays, he played well. He was a great college quarterback. He was. You know what I'm saying? He was. And it's cool. Like, what the heck? Nobody penalized Baker Mayfield for being such a brash a-hole. He was an a-hole, man. Johnny Manziel going in, he went, what's the boy named Hugh Jackson? When Hugh Jackson got let go, he dumping on Hugh Jackson. And it's cool. If you're arrogant in the champ, they'll celebrate you. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. If you're arrogant in the champ, the last quarterback that was arrogant Cam wasn't arrogant, but he did not exemplify what the regular what the regular what they want. He wasn't the button up quarterback for real. He tried to be, but he wasn't Robert Griffin III. He wasn't super over the top arrogant, but he wasn't Robert Griffin III. You know what I mean? Cam won the national championship, brother. He was a Heisman. He won the national championship coming out of college in one season. And they had like one other dude. Their offense was not even great like that. I mean, it was a great he wasn't surrounded by great offensive talent on that Auburn team. Like that was really Cam, for real. He wasn't surrounded by great offensive talent at Auburn. He got it cracking. Oh, I got you, saying. You said no, I agree with you. I'm just saying Dale Williams met the standard and they still disrespected him. Oh, got you. Yeah. Yup. Because people still thought Doug couldn't play. I get what you're saying, Augusta. Say your brother went to Valley State in the 70s. Shout out to your brothers, man. Woo, Valley was in an infant stage. Boy, Valley was founded in 1950. In the 70s, man, that's only 20 years of Valley, man. I can only imagine being at Valley at a time when the school had only been around 20 years, man. That's crazy. Baker Mayfield did a crotch chop to Texas Tech, and he was passionate about his team. Yeah, y'all remember when he had the flag, when Baker Mayfield planted the flag on the opposing team field? All of that getting ready to start fights on the field and shit because he was doing that. You remember that? Didn't he have that little flag, Stanford flag? I mean, not Stanford, goddamn. Who did they play? Stanford? Who did they play? Not Stanford, goddamn. He had the team flag. He ready to start a fight on the field, Joe. LB, I ain't lying. He planted the flag down on a field or something. All that. I forget who they was playing. That was Ohio State. Yeah, I saw red and said Stanford. I saw red and said Stanford. Y'all remember that? He about to start a fight on the field. Everybody like, oh, he's a gamer. He's a gamer. Yeah, he's a gamer. He's all for it. He's a winner. Yeah, Baker was wilding. Like, he was out here wilding. I remember when Hugh Jackson got fired, he couldn't wait to dump on Hugh Jackson. He come in there, y'all got no respect for him. He said something like that. He ain't like you. As soon as you got fired, he went up in a press conference, almost walking with the swagger of Pac when Pac was in the when Pac walked up to Orlando Anderson and the hotel and what you call it in Vegas. Baker was in there. What? Only reason the only time people start bringing up Baker's brashness is when he started to lose. When he started to play, he started throwing picks at the end of his years in Cleveland. They were like, hey, hold on now, all this brashness, you know. In that 2010 Iron Bowl, Alabama had Cam. They was down 28-0 and came back and won the game. When Tom Brady was cussing the yellows on the sidelines. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. How long? My bad, y'all. My bad. He said they don't want our boys to show supreme confidence, but it's purposely coming off arrogant so Titans or Browns don't draft them. That's cool, man. They man, it's so crazy. It was Texas Tech, Red Raider. Oh, it was Texas. That was they playing Texas Tech. That's what they were playing when he did that. Yeah, man. Said when Tom Brady was cussing and yelling on the sidelines, they called it passion. If Cam Newton don't do it, if Cam Newton do it, he a thug. Facts. That was Texas Tech. Okay, yeah, Texas Tech. Yeah, man. Boy, Baker was out there wilding, and it was cool. That's Baker, man. Baker's a badass, man. He's a badass, man. Y'all know John Gruden be. Yeah, you're a tough guy, huh? Huh? Oh, you're a gamer, huh? You're a great quarterback. Two banana, wide banana. You're a great quarterback, huh? Got a rocket of an arm, don't you? Huh? You're a redhead, huh? I remember when John Gruden was talking to Andy Dalton. You're a redhead, huh? Oh, redhead. Got a rifle of an arm, huh? Y'all know how John Gruden be talking, boy. Yeah, boy, John Gruden. Godly. Yeah, sit up in there calling all them boys badass. When you act like that, it's cool. It's cool when you do that. You got too many chains on? Wait a minute here now. Wait a minute, bucko. The buck stops here. Take all those chains off of. Who do you think you are, Mr. T? Remove the jewelry, straighten the hat up, fix it, man. It's not a good look for the program. It's not a good look for the organization. They call John. Yeah, did Chucky? He is Chucky. Your old redhead, huh? He a redhead. He identifying with it. Take them chains. You're looking too Mr. T-ish. They don't want that, man. He called Andy Dalton the redheaded right. Yeah, the red rifle. Got a rifle of arm, huh? Redhead, huh? Red rifle. That was his nickname. And cause John Gruden did that little show, that quarterback show he do, and was doing that with him. Definitely was that type of time. But yeah, man, like they calling him. I'm like, yeah, they in there. He arrogant. He's too hot headed. He's not hot headed. They say he was too arrogant, too brash. And I'm like, man, y'all have historically dealt with brash and arrogant white quarterbacks forever, forever. And y'all called them gamers. Y'all said it was cool. It was fine. That was true competitiveness. Their competitive nature was seeping out. It was cool then. But with Shedeur, hey now, what's going on? Oh yeah, I remember when John Gruden said that, yeah. They had emails of him saying all type of stuff. For real, for real. But yeah, man, like I had to go through these number one. I had to go through all these little different little situations of former quarterbacks and how they were viewed. At the time they were coming out in the draft, at the time, they were getting ready to come, be the under center for a team and how they were viewed. They were viewed differently, man. They were viewed differently. For real, for real. I watched Warren Moon's documentary, and the racism he went through to play quarterback was awful. I can only imagine. I can only imagine during them times. They thought, I mean, that was really, they were open about the black quarterback. They were open about them thinking that the black quarterback was just not smart enough to play the position. They were open about it. At that time, they didn't give a damn. They didn't care how nobody felt about it. They don't care how you took it. Hey, black quarterback just ain't good enough. They ain't smart enough to play this position. It is what it is. Black quarterback ain't smart enough for this. They didn't care who got mad. They didn't care how it made them look. And black quarterbacks, I don't know if they're cognitively developed enough to understand. I don't know if he's smart enough, to process things so quickly. They're rooting for Shedeur Sanders' downfall already, and the draft ain't happened yet. Yup. Randall Cunningham. Yup, that's a fact. Randall Cunningham should be Hall of Fame. Yup. That's 100%, 100%. Yeah, man. I'm up. I'm like, let me talk to y'all real quick, man. I gotta give me some more airheads, man. I'm low. That man Dion said he wanted his lineman. Yeah, that was wild though. That was wild though. When Prime said that, I said, hey, look now, he gotta cut that out. That's crazy. Prime learned that from them coaches he was playing for, saying stuff like that. That's crazy. I say, yeah, he gotta cut that out. Cause Shedeur don't even come from a two-parent household. Shedeur don't even come from a two-parent household. I say now he talking like them damn coaches he played for. I'm like Dion and they're talking like them coaches he played for, because Shedeur came from a single father household. Did you know the 1970 Steelers had a starting black quarterback named Joe Gilliam, which he was only good to get injured and came Terry Bradshaw. Oh, I didn't even know that. He was good only to get injured. Got you. My bad, y'all. Hey, these airheads be having me in a chokehold, man. Yeah, Dion out of pocket. I'm like, boy, Shedeur don't even come from no dang on two-parent household. I don't know, y'all. I said, what team do I see him going to? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I gotta look. I'm trying. I don't even know who got the what's the draft order. Number one, that's Tennessee. Who got number one pick? Tennessee. Raiders got number one pick. What pick is Tennessee? Yeah, what's the order? What pick Tennessee got? Tennessee can use him. Number four. Tennessee. I think Tennessee. And Jacksonville committed to Tennessee number one pick. Tennessee. Hold on. Tennessee number one pick. Going to Washington. He ain't going to Washington, LV. He ain't going there. They got Jaden Daniels over there. Cleveland #2 overall. What number pick do the Giants got? I gotta look at the draft order now. I ain't looked at the draft order. Portia Cooper. Why expect to be treated like an equal when history has proven that won't happen? Accept your place or create your own league. Nah, I mean, woo. It'll take a lot to create our own league for sure. But nah, we still can buck the system though, Portia. You know what I mean? Still can push back against some stuff. I get what you're saying. History has shown we are not treated like an equal for sure. Well, #3 overall is the Giants. Hey, Debo passed. Debo, I'm sorry to tell everybody. Debo he not the same player he was a couple years ago. That's over with. Debo is a receiver, get you 600 yards a season now. I know people don't want to hear that. He can't even get separation no more. He can't even get separation no more. Nothing. Debo is the 600 yards. You good for that? Nah, he did. You right, Dwayne. Now, when Prime said that, he did feed into stereotypes that black quarterbacks. When he said he wanted them to come from two-parent households, he wanted his quarterbacks to come from two-parent households. I'm like, Prime. Shedeur don't even come from a two-parent household. You can't even say that. He was in a two-parent household at one point when he was little. He was a little bitty boy. But for the past 10 plus years, Shedeur ain't lived with his mama for the past 10 years. Hell, more than that. Over 10 years. He been living with them. Damn, what the hell? Yeah, but Deebo Samuel's done, though. I mean, he not done playing. Deebo just not the same player he once was. Tom Brady is Shadeur's quarterback coach. Is a minority owner from the Raiders. All right. That's a great point, Dwayne. He might go to the Raiders. Shedeur in Vegas? What? In Vegas? Johnny Manziel hand signs. I knew she was going to either the Browns or the Raiders. Yeah, Cleveland needs something. Cause man, my boy Deshaun Watson just out there. He just there. And he getting paid, but he just there. Debo injury prone. He not in the best shape either. His career is over before it starts. Going to the Raiders or Browns. I hope not. My man said his career over. Yeah. They say the same thing about Chicago. They say your quarterback gonna go to die with the Bears, man. God damn, we gotta fix that. 'Cause that's crazy. That's crazy. Tyson Shedeur good, man. He can play. He said Cleveland is Koch record. The last good QB for Cleveland was Brady. Dang. I'm trying to think. Who was Cleveland quarterback and like who was that? What was the boy name? Cleveland quarterback and like the mid 2000s. Nah, Vince Young wasn't Cleveland quarterback, it was Tennessee. Yeah, Johnny Manziel, terrible. And Manziel still, they thought he was the one. Manziel was at there he was at every frat party. Yeah, no, not Tim Couch. It was after Tim Couch. After Tim Couch. They had a carousel. Yeah, they did. What the boy name? God dang. Not Jason Campbell. Jason Campbell. I used to fool with Jason Campbell, man. Damn, wasn't Terrell Pryor over there? Wasn't Terrell Pryor over there for a minute? Nah, not Baker. Not Baker. Hold on, I'm finna find it. What I'm talking about, man. Colt McCoy. Nah, Josh Gordon was the receiver, yeah. Who am I thinking about? I guess I'm not thinking about Derek Anderson. That's who I was thinking about. Yes. Derek Anderson. That's who I was thinking about. And I knew, I'm like, was it Derek Anderson? Derek Anderson. Yes. That's who I was thinking about. Derek Anderson. Yeah, that's who I was thinking. Derek Anderson was the quarterback there. And at the time, is that when they had wasn't Kellen Winslow was at in Cleveland, wasn't he? Kellen Winslow Jr. Kellen Winslow? Yeah, Derek Anderson. That's who I was talking about. Derek Anderson. Yes. I'm like, I know. I'm like, was it Derek Anderson? Yeah, Derek Anderson. Yeah, Kellen Winslow. Winslow was alright at first, though, Tyson. He was alright at first. Fucking soldier, man. Fucking soldier. I'm like, all right, calm down, brother. Calm down. Kellen got something going on with him, though. He got something going on. He got too many hits to the head. I think a few years ago, he was trying to assault a woman or something. Some years ago, he was trying to assault a woman. Yeah, he like kept going on my legs playing dirty. I'm an effing soldier, man. Oh my God. Yeah, Kellen Winslow Jr. Kellen and Hernandez suffered from mental illness. Yeah, something going on with Kellen. I could tell. After that, Kellen had some stuff going on with him. He was pretty good tight end. He's pretty solid. He was all right. He was solid. He was solid. He wasn't great. He was solid, but something was going on with him. And I could tell. I could tell something was going on with him. He says that you in water. You from Miami? Are you just saying in general? You versus Miami. Shockey was what Shockey weird though? I'm trying to think what Shockey was doing. I used to like Jeremy Shockey though. I used to like Jeremy Shockey, man. But Shockey, I say in general, yeah. Antonio Brown kind of acting different these days. Something wrong with Antonio too. Something wrong with him. Shedeur is a mixture of C.J. Stroud and Joe Burrow when it comes to being calm in the pocket, throwing under pressure. He throwing under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure he throwing there. I like Shedeur a lot too. But sometimes you gotta let that ball go too. All of them Miami players are strange. Well, all of them ain't. Well, not all of them. Cause Andre, what my boy name? Andre Johnson was cool. I don't think nothing was wrong with Willis McGahee. What's my man name? Santana Moss was cool. Santana Moss. Ocho not from University of Miami. He from Miami, but he didn't go to University of Miami. He talking about the dudes that went to University of Miami. Ed Reed was cool. Ed was cool. There's a lot of dudes that was cool, man. Too. It was some wild dudes it was a lot of them that was cool though. Vince Wilfork. I'm missing a whole lot of names. A whole lot. Sean Taylor, Ed Reed. Yeah, they was cool. They was cool, man. Devin Hester was cool, man. Shout out to my Chicago Bears, man. But strange. What's wrong with Greg Olsen? Greg was cool too. Chris Henry, West Virginia. Listen, my cousin was playing at West Virginia when Chris Henry was there with Pac-Man Jones. My cousin was hooping. He was hooping at West Virginia when Chris Henry and Pac-Man Jones was there. Yeah. Rest in peace to Chris Henry, man. Yeah. So I went at it on Facebook with LeBron Haven. Man, I go at it with him every day. Samurai Beast Warrior, keep fighting a good fight. Keep fighting a good fight. I feel you, bro. I feel you 100%. 100%, man. Geno Smith, yeah, Geno was there. What was that at? Pat Smith was there at West Virginia. Pat, Steve Slayton, Pat Smith, Steve Slayton, them dudes. Yeah, man. A Redskins player who himself in front of stadium. Who did that? What Redskins player was that? Ain't it crazy? Ocho hasn't been putting on. Ocho ain't gonna get in until probably the end when he get old. Unfortunately, Ocho got 11. He got 11,000 receiving yards, like 60-something touchdowns, I believe. Those numbers don't just jump out at you as a receiver. As a receiver, they want you to have like now to be Hall of Fame. Either if Ocho would have some Super Bowl wins in there, then yeah. But because he don't got the Super Bowls, they're not gonna give it to Ocho till he older, unfortunately. Ocho probably gonna be like 60 when he get in there. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, he gonna be like 60 something. Say the Hall of Fame is pretty much letting anybody in. You think so? I don't think Ocho gonna be to like 60 something till they let him in there. Now, if Ocho had Steve Smith numbers, yeah, he would have been in there quicker. I believe Ocho will get in the Hall of Fame. I do believe that. I do believe that. Just not immediately. Just not immediately. And I think it's going to do with the fact that they didn't win in Cincinnati. Um, nah, Terrell Owens in the Hall of Fame now, Jabari. He in there. He just refused. He didn't get first ballot. And when they snubbed him, he refused to be a part of the actual NFL Hall of Fame ceremony. He went and did his thing at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, where he played college football at. 2 cents, man. What's the word, my boy? What's going on with you? Good to see you in here. Hard for a wide receiver to get in first ballot. Yeah, you got to have some Jerry Rice type numbers getting that first ballot. And Chad, I believe he's going to get in there. Chad going to get in there. It's going to be later, though. Because Chad numbers are not like, look at Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt not in there. Torrey Holt number better than Chad Ochocinco. See what I'm saying? Like, Javon Belcher. There you go. Right. I forget. Okay. I remember that. Yep. Imagine what Chad Hall of Fame speech gonna be. He gonna be older. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. When Unc brought me on nightcap, I said I was fine without being a Hall of Famer. But stay with me now. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. When I got in here, I got the call. I was with my babies. I was crying. And I say, man, I think about all them years in Cincinnati, Carson, Marvin in here. Marvin, you in here, Marvin Lewis. Carson, yeah, Chad was good for sure. Now, yeah, Torrey Holt was a dog. What? Y'all know how Chad be talking. Y'all, that's how Chad be talking. Marvin, you in here, Marvin? Carson, calling everybody name out. Brother gonna holler out Delta O'Neal name. Delta, you up in here? Y'all remember Delta O'Neal? Played for the for Cincinnati. Yeah, Chad had his own. I remember that game. I was they playing the Ravens that game, I believe, when he wore that jacket. Was that the Ravens they was playing? I watched that on TV. Chad could have been. Nah, he ain't have to shut up, Tyson. That's how he play, man. That's his style. He can talk how he want to talk. Chad, I mean, Cincinnati never went nowhere. Chad started to tail off at the end of his career. He had some of the best footwork I ever. That footwork he had, some of the best. Man, that footwork he had was crazy. Chad route running was crazy. Chad work ethic was cheeks. I don't think his work ethic was. I don't think he had bad work ethic. I don't think so. I just think he tailed off at the end. Terrell Owens, on the other hand, was just a genetic freak. Terrell was something different. Who I got, Ocho or James Harrison in a fight? Well, Ocho can hold his own in the boxing ring, though. Now he lost, but he held his own pretty solid. I ain't seen James Harrison throw hands, but James a big old boy though. That's a big old dude. James Harrison bear hug you and putting you to sleep. Remember Mark Henry never said that bear hug, which would be Mark Henry little move. Do that bear hug, boy. What? Oh man. Shedeur would be the new face of the NFL. Woo! I don't know. I don't know if they want him to be the face. Chad used to write quarterback's name on the paper and put it in his locker room and wall. Said I remember that. I was watching heavily then. Yeah, Chad slept at the facility. I just think he just tailed off. Chad was not a Tyson. You in here just extra. He lost. He got cracked on the jaw and he fell. But like he fought pretty well, man. For a dude that's not a boxer, he fought pretty well, man. You say, oh, you said, who make Unc look small? James Harrison. Yeah. Mills, will you do a Laker video about LeBron 50K? You know I'm doing it, man. You know I got to do it, my boy. I gotta do it. Man, Chad Hands was bun cake, sir. He fought pretty decently for a dude that ain't never boxed before, man. And it's coming from a dude that's a boxing fan. He held his own, man. He held his own pretty well. He got cracked at the end, got caught because he was tired, because that boxing is a different stamina. You gotta have a whole different stamina, different type of stamina to be boxing. But yeah, Vontez Perfect, yeah, that's who cracked what's the name upside the head? What's the boy name? Antonio Brown. Chad started his career as a basketball player. You saw James Harrison Chad going at it on Nightcap. I saw it briefly. I didn't really like dive all the way into the video. I didn't really like watch the whole video, you know? I remember Brandon Marshall tried to blame Ocho's downfall off on him eating McDonald's every day. I remember that. That's when the I Am Athlete days. That's when I Am Athlete was doing numbers, man. Boy, as soon as Chad left, as soon as Fred left, as soon as Shannon left, it was over with, man. They had a few little episodes here and there where Shady came on there and stuff, but after that, it was over with. For real. But yeah, man, let me get off this thing, man. I appreciate y'all hopping on with me. I might get back on here later, but I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.